In this video, we've been invited down to Ginetta's private test track near Doncaster. Ginetta are a British Yorkshire company who build race cars, and you might recognise the name. It's been mentioned once or twice already on this channel, not always in the kindest tone.
Two cars. One of those is Daniel Sylvester. So one of the front running cars, so he's frustrated. The other car is the Ginetta.
Myself and Darkside have got a little bit of history with the brand in the hands of our competitors. Just to be safe, I've brought Ryan from Darkside with me. But these cars have got high praise, and Ginetta have invited us down so that we can see what the hype is about.
Picture on the iPhone's too good, man. We're doing a professional video today, Ryan.
I've never held a gimbal.
Right, we're here today at Blyton Park, driving some actual race cars. We've been invited down by Ginetta themselves to drive their GT Academy and GT Pro cars, which are basically purpose-built race cars. I'm here with Ryan from Darkside. They asked me to bring a cameraman, and I thought, I know just the guy. So he's there, but these cars are, yeah, purpose-built racing cars. But it turns out Ginetta, they own this track, as you know, we've seen it all over the shop, yeah. Well, they saw my video. This man here works for the social media for Ginetta, and he saw the video that we did a few weeks ago, driving some cars, and he says, well, Danny, why don't you come back and drive some of our cars? Some Ginettas. So these are obviously production-built race cars.
So this video is a little bit all over the shop, you might have noticed. The reason for that is there was another activity planned, another video planned for the afternoon, and I referenced that a lot in the intro. And for reasons which you'll see later, that never came to fruition, meaning that I'm editing this now and it's quite difficult. But let's just get in this G56 GTA. This is the Academy car, 3.7 litre V6, weighs just over a ton. Very nice suspension, fiberglass body, no driver aids, no traction control, no ABS, nothing. Let's go.
To get used to it, so we're in a purpose-built race car. I hope you can still hear me all right. I have brought all my, I brought the posh voice recorder. Obviously we've got the helmet cam. You'll be using a mixture of audio, I imagine. So the track's, it's not wet, but it's certainly not dry. Where are our coolant temps? 86. So yeah, this is the Academy car, right? So we've got the big 3.5 litre engine, 3.7 litre I think. Big tyres, big brakes, but yeah, zero driver aids. The tyres we're on are Pirelli wet. It's fast. So yeah, Ginetta have invited me down today to have a go in their cars, simply based off seeing me drive other people's cars online and obviously racing as well. surely will help it. So what can I tell you about a purpose-built race car? Well, I think in this video I'm just going to be having a lot of fun and bringing you along the way. Oh, it's super fast. So it's not making the most power. I guess it must be restricted slightly. It's making 270 horsepower, I think they said. Gearbox is super aggressive. It's a pneumatic sequential. Super slippy around here, so I want to be so careful with my right foot. Oh, it's so fast. Remember, this is the kind of entry level. When they told me they had like an entry level car, I expected one of those little juniors. Remember those? The one that we used to, you see a few of them racing as well, and they got the little G20 as well that we used to see racing in road sports and stuff. But this is the latest and greatest. Try not to take the piss through there because it's super slippy. Tell you what, one thing I've just realised, Blyton Park's a pretty bumpy track, but I'm not feeling any of them. It's taking the bumps super well. So remember, no ABS. I don't think I've locked a wheel yet. I am being very careful with it though. More than what I'm giving it. The Pro Driver, we've done a couple of 116 laps, or at least we've done one 116 lap there. The Pro Driver did a 111 this morning in the wet. So yeah, big thanks to Ginetta for inviting me down today. Quite a little experience. Would you like to come and drive some of our factory built race cars? Yeah. So slippy, you can feel the car sliding a little bit, but it's got so much grip. Just having to treat the throttle very gently, being very careful with it. Trying to avoid that puddle there on the way in. The air shift as well, it's so violent. I mean, it is in any car, right? But it just takes a little bit of getting used to instant power as well with the NA. Oh, the change of direction. It's a shame it's not real drive because the car's a beast. Right, I think we'll call it there. So I hope you could hear a bit of what I was saying there. Sorry, I was living in the moment. I don't really know if I can accurately give you a review on a race car. What do I know about race cars? I've raced, but I've raced in saloon cars. I've raced in cars that have been, you know, built to be an everydayer that have been then modified to race. This car started life as a race car. Its only ever purpose was to race, and this very car that we're sat in now has raced for over 250 hours, they were telling me this morning. So yeah, it's quite a machine. I had to sign quite a large waiver before driving this car, and yeah, it's the numbers are more than what my YouTube can afford, so we're not going to be going absolute balls out race car. I definitely cannot afford to replace this, but what an experience. It's a good little track just to have some fun on, but with it being so patchy, the car's got so much grip and it just wants to go and go. 1:15.2 was our best time.
Funny weather.
Yeah, we'll let Ryan have a go now, and then we'll be out in the Pro car later, which will be yeah, similar car, but more power and more driver aids, which will be very, very useful in these conditions.
How was that, mate?
Yeah, you alright?
You know, where you've got the one from this morning. Fucking hell. Thousands of laps.
What lap time did you do then?
15.2.
15.2. Not bad then, is it? It looked like you're going some.
Yeah.
Oh, this camera, Danny, it's too...
Well,
it keeps zooming in too far.
have you zoomed it?
No.
Are you sure?
How do you zoom it?
There's a zoom.
You've been trying to record your penis again, it's like...
Yeah.
There's no macro mode.
I do need a good zoom lens for that.
Yeah, it's a bit zoomed, isn't it?
Alright, go on.
Right, your turn, sir.
Is it mine?
Yeah. So I just had my go in the academy car. Wow. Sorry for not saying too much, but it was a bit of an experience. Obviously I'm pinching myself a little bit. Imagine being invited down by a team like Ginetta saying, do you want to just come and drive my cars? Like, people would pay very good money to do this kind of thing, and I'm here just to do it because I've got a camera in my hands, thanks to this man. So yeah, feeling pretty blessed. Blessed, hashtag blessed. But now it's time for Ryan's turn. Feeling good?
No.
Just go on and see what you think. Have you got the headset plugged in?
No.
Do you want it in?
If you want to.
We'll plug headset in so we can hear some of Ryan's heavy breathing.
Do you want to listen to me screaming?
I want to hear what you've got to say. Right in, yeah. Let me just... this is getting a bit close. Oh yeah, yeah, right.
got somewhere near 16 dead. Is that 0.8 or something off, Danny? Very strange to drive, at least compared to what I'm used to. Easy to lock them front wheels, but brake and drag gear down and away it goes. That seems to be the trick.
This is the way of getting like it.
Oh yeah. Any good?
Yeah, we're good, yeah. I only did a 16 dead there.
Oh, it's better.
As quick as I went.
Yeah.
There's still time in it for me, I think.
Yeah.
So that's myself and Ryan both driven and enjoyed the GTA. It's a very raw driving experience with the big engine, with no driver aids, especially in the conditions we were in. Now the plan for the rest of the day is to now drive the GT Pro car, which is similar to what we've just driven, but with a lot more power and a few more driver aids, which will be very useful with conditions as they are. Now what we decided to do first was break for lunch, and in that time the heavens opened. Now this day was a super exclusive day, but that turned out to be a double-edged sword here. Given that it was just ourselves on the track, it didn't take long for the circuit to become completely waterlogged. The pro driver Jamie went out to assess the track and unfortunately decided that there would be no more driving done that afternoon. Ginetta have suggested that they'll be inviting me back, perhaps when the weather's a bit better, for us to have a proper go in the pro car. But for now, let's just enjoy Jamie, the pro driver, assessing the conditions.
Even for the Pirelli wets, I think. Some big puddles kicking about. So this will be the last on-track action. Look at these puddles here, though. Look at this big one here, though.
Right, slight change of plan then. The weather was against us. Too wet. The risks are pretty high, but we had some good fun this morning in the GTA car. That's the real driver's car anyway. This was just going to be about benchmarking against the clock, but the weather is not so suitable for benchmarking against the clock. As we saw as well, the pro driver Jamie was tussling a bit too much. Yeah, it's not worth the risk. The risk assessors, the big G says no. Would I have gone out? I don't know if I would have gone out, to be honest. Well, yeah, of course I would have. Yeah, I would have gone out, but I'm grateful that they said no. in a sense that, you know, this is a triple figure at least £1,000 car. And to be pushing it against the clock just for a bit of YouTube content. They have said though they'll happily have me back in the future, so maybe in a future video we'll be driving this GT Pro car, but we certainly had some good fun in the Academy car anyway. Right, so we're all done at Ginetta then. It's a bit of a shame we didn't get to drive the Pro car, but hopefully we can come back a bit of fairer weather. We had a good time in the Academy car this morning. I expected, when you said an Academy car, I was thinking G40. Obviously it wasn't a G40, it was basically one of these but detuned a little bit, but also with a lot less driver aids going on, so You know, it wasn't exactly wet this morning, but it was still damp in places and the car was a bit of a tussle. I think this would have been perhaps easier in the wet with all the assists, but the weather was against us, so hopefully we can come back and have a proper rip in this. But yeah, that's all from this one. So thanks to that man there for inviting us down. Oh, mechanic's running away. We've had a good day anyway, so it's a shame about the weather, but yeah, hopefully we'll return at some point and have a go in this beast. But yeah, that's all from this one, so thanks for watching. Ryan, if you had a good day, thanks for being my cameraman. Giving up a full day of his time. What are you doing? Do you want me to hold it? Thanks for, thanks for being cameraman.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
Like a magician at work.
Right, we'll say goodbye to the Academy car actually before we go. So this is the one we were driving this morning. Yeah, good fun. Like I say, it was a lot more of a race car than what I expected. I thought we were going to be in the little G40s, but no, this is just a baby brother really of the Pro car, but on the surface it would appear to be a lot more difficult to drive. Obviously we didn't drive the Pro car, maybe in the future we can try and do a comparison, but yeah, all that power to weight and no driver aids it's pretty good, man. I was having a good time, I was enjoying it, so hopefully that reflected well in the video. And yeah, that's all from Blyton Park at Ginetta. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. I've not got much more planned this year, but might be some bits to come. We need to get the E46 out really, do some track days. So keep your eyes out for that.